Right now because there was just an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump at a rally, and I thought you guys might want to know the latest on what's going on. Is he okay? Did they get him? And yes, he is injured, so he was shot. Okay, it's a little past 5 right now. This happened probably less than an hour ago, so just want to report on what I know so far. Try to do as much research as I could to give you guys the latest here. So yeah, I'm car shopping right now. I'm over here at the Mercedes dealership, but I'm like, give me like 20 seconds here. I gotta go shoot this video for my sub. So anyway, he was shot at his rally. Shots were fired. He did get hit. Okay, he did get hit. I believe on his right ear, because he left the rally bloodied, and when the shots rang out, you could see he was in the middle of giving a speech, and I don't think he realized like what was happening. I mean, it took him a second, and then he realized like, oh shoot, I think I got hit. And then immediately he fell to the ground. It looks pretty scary. And then immediately after that, Secret Service jumped on him. Okay, because that's their job, to protect him. And so, yeah, and then they escorted him off the stage. Immediately, they got him to his motorcade. He did pump his fist, which means he's alive still, right? So whoever was attempting to assassinate him, it's a terrible shot. Anyway, so he's left the rally, and I guess he's on his way to the hospital right now. Hopefully there's no internal bleeding or anything like that. Again, he was able to get up on his own, with the Secret Service, and walk to the motorcade and get out of there. However, that's not a guarantee that he is going to be okay, right? Because, you see these things happen all the time where somebody gets hit or shot or stabbed, and they get right up and they look fine, and then later you find out the guy died. I just saw this on YouTube. A guy in New York City was trying to protect this woman. You might have seen it, and the assailant stabbed him in the neck, but he got right up and he started even running off. And then later I find out, like probably an hour or so later, he died. He died at the hospital. So we don't know how this is going to play out just yet, but obviously the mainstream is doing their number here. They're not even calling it shots. They're not saying, oh, shots were fired at the Trump rally. Instead, they were saying that, oh, there were some popping noises. There were some popping noises. Well, clearly he was hit. So if it was just popping noises, Trump wouldn't be bleeding down the side of his freaking face. Right? Let's call it for what it is here. So yeah, and this just goes to show, this just goes to show how deep the deep state is, right? When you start speaking out against the Matrix and the narrative, they will come after you, right? If you're a big enough target, they will come and get you. And this is why I wanted to do this coaching video right now while this is happening, because you're going to see a lot of news stories about this, okay? The mainstream news is totally going to, report on it. You're going to see this plastered all over everywhere, including YouTube. Right? But you're not going to see enough content creators have the balls to speak out against it and really just tell you what's actually going on. So yeah. So yeah, they're trying to take him out, and clearly, this was predicted by a lot of people, right? The deep state, the Matrix, whatever you want to call it at this point, tried to put him in prison for 260 years. That, how many times have they tried to bring him up on, no pun, but to, trump him up on some Trump charges, right? That constantly fail. And it's like, there are even memes about this. Every year it's something new. Like, oh, we're going to get Trump on this, we're going to get Trump on that, and they never get him. And even this recent decision about the Supreme Court saying that he can run, and they're not allowed to stop him from running. I mean, that's another blow to, the establishment. Like, shoot, we can't even, we try to put this guy away to keep him from running. It's not working. So let's go to the next step. Let's try to, JFK his ass. Okay? And I don't care what side of the political fence you're on. I always have to say this. I'm an independent. I'm in the middle. I really am. I don't consider myself a conservative. I definitely don't consider myself a liberal. Right? I'm pretty much in the middle. I like having that balance, right? However, I do like, small government. The government is way too big as it is right now. It's just out of control too big. I don't like them making all these decisions for us and forcing us to wear masks like they did a few years ago and locking us down, which I never did, by the way. I escaped to Vegas, and I kept going to the beach too. But yeah, I don't like big government. I don't like our freedoms being taken away. And I definitely don't like these establishment politicians, that career politicians with law degrees that just get in there and they just take the marching orders of the Matrix, which is basically to clamp down on our freedoms and tell us what to do. I don't like that. I think most people don't like that, but a lot of people can't get over this, oh, I'm a liberal or I'm a conservative. You have to get over that, and you have to think about what's best for the country, right? What's best for your fellow man, your fellow countrymen. Stop thinking in this divisive paradigm of, left versus right? I mean, but this is totally why this is what I can't stand about the left. I have things I can't stand about the right, but right now we're talking about the left. These are the things I can't stand about the left is, they'll vote for somebody just because of, skin color and, just because of the optics, whereas they don't really actually have policy, right? I mean, yeah, sure, the right does that too, but they do have policy. I mean, they put their policy first. When you hear like Trump speak, he's usually talking about his policy, right? When you hear like Biden speak, for example, he's usually not talking about policy. He's talking about skin color. He's talking about gender. He's talking about, transgenders and all this. And it's like, dude, just focus on the policy. Stop with this, stop with the identity politics. So that's one thing I can't stand. However, not to get off track, Trump is currently at the hospital now, and we'll see how this plays out. We'll see, if he's able to recover fully, or is he going to have any sort of brain damage? Is he going to need surgery? We don't know yet. But like I said, he walked off, with the Secret Service, but that's no guarantee that he's A-okay, right? It's no guarantee at all. But it just goes to show you, how dangerous it is to speak out against, the establishment, right? The deep state, the Matrix, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's all the same these days. However, that's the news so far. If anything else, comes up, I'll try to report on it. But you guys let me know, have you heard that Trump got shot, or am I the first to break it to you? Let me know in the comments. What do you think about it, by the way? Right? How do you feel about this? A lot of people are saying this is going to be the end of the Democrat Party. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I don't think it is, but I mean, drop your comments below, because I mean, basically, for the most part, them and the Rhino Republicans are all in bed together, right? To me, they're all part of the deep state. Just because you're Republican doesn't mean, I mean, again, going back to the optics, it might look like you want smaller government and all this, but you're still clamping down on our freedoms. You're still selling us out to, corporate America. Who left this fashion? In the comments, and you're going to hear this a lot in the next coming days, that this is staged, right? They're already saying this in the comments. A lot of these bots too, they're like, no, this is all staged. This is all staged to make us look bad. This is all, this is all just a ruse. This is all just a hoax. And it's like, no, dude, no. Okay? That is a classic self-projection, right? They're projecting what they themselves do to stay in power, or they themselves do to get votes, right? They kind of resort to this, these dirty tactics. But you're going to hear this a lot in the coming days, like, oh, this is all staged. It's not, that didn't happen. Don't believe it. Okay? Use your eyes, use your judgment, think for yourself. And that's the thing that the Matrix wants you to do, is to not think for yourself and just listen to them and not use any common sense. Okay? But you guys let me know what you think. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I mean, it's a very sad day. This is just so sad. It's gotten to this point where, they're trying to assassinate the guy. And historically, I mean, the assassination of presidents in the past, or attempted assassinations, whether it's Ronald Reagan or JFK or Abraham Lincoln, it was always done by pretty much somebody who would have been considered a liberal today. So I think that's ironic. But drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Try to keep it respectful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Happy Saturday. Oh, I gotta go back. Where am I going? Look at these Benzes. The salesman's like standing over there. Like, these YouTubers. All right, till next time.